How's it going, everybody? Rob here. And going about this whole situation, I'm gonna attempt to be as respectful as I can be in terms of this, because let's be honest, situations like this, or at least little controversies, I want to say temper tantrums would probably be the better way to put it, are and have always been just ridiculous in terms of topics like this. And the reason I use the word like temper tantrums is more to the point that, certain individuals, when they don't get their way, or they are called out for misinformation, or, in lack of a better word, not being as knowledgeable as they should be, then they throw a fit and try to claim that, either a person or a company is misogynist, is sexist, is homophobic, racist, throwing out all of the different insults. And surely I would probably have to guess that by the time that, this game comes out, more and more people on that spectrum will go about saying that or playing that game. So anyways, this is a topic that I've brought up every once in a while in terms of video games. Now, for those who know me, who knows the channel, who knows, MJ, Aden, us, the whole crew, we enjoy playing video games. We enjoy, checking out new games that come out every single year. This was one of those games that, in terms of gameplay, story, world, it looks breathtaking, to say the least. And we were very curious on what to expect for this. And as you guys can probably see, I have the demo playing for Stellar Blade, the game that in question, in the background. Now, I want to say that ever since this game was announced, people have been, I want to say, again, attempting to be as respectful as I can be, dishonest. Or if not dishonest, but allowing their own, I want to say, their own issues get the best of them in terms of reporting. Because, unfortunately, with a lot of reporters, or at least a lot of game journalists, I should say, they focus on the wrong topics in terms of what to discuss in a video game. And what I mean by that is, if you let's take a second to talk about this. If you are a game journalist and you're talking about a video game, what you should be talking about is story, characters, environment, gameplay. Lately, it seems that the only thing that a lot of them will talk about, more so if not at all, is the game itself inclusive? Is it does it check those check marks with, certain groups? Is it equality enough for everyone? And this is one of those games that, unfortunately, for, certain individuals, they're not going to be happy, because as you guys can see, there is a character who is, I would say, fit, that is, not in the same vein of reality that certain journalists would like them to be. But in the end, that is, that's the character that this company has made for this game. And people are just going above and beyond to try and give their, again, not thinking by logic, but thinking by emotion, what they feel in terms of what they want for the game. Not even thinking that, there's more than one person who's going to look at this game and maybe check it out. But also putting their own, I want to say their own bias into their reporting. We have companies like Bounding into Comics, making articles that read, Microsoft publishes new inclusive guide for video game devs, recommends against creating female characters with over-exaggerated body proportions. Which basically translates to, creating characters, game developers creating games that they want to create. Creating characters that they want to create. It has to be in this set of standards to make, certain individuals happy that, let's be honest here, some of them may or may not actually be playing the games. And then there's the Mary Sue that is claiming that, in terms of controversy for the game, that ever since the marketing for Stellar Blade began, it has been abundantly clear that men are going to be gross about it. When the gameplay overview was related, or released, the comments were overtaken with commenters fawning over the lead character and declaring it the best game ever solely for the protagonist design. For which I have to say, what a crock of shit. Last time I checked, especially with a few other people who were, reacting to the trailer for Stellar Blade, a lot of them didn't focus on, oh my god, hot woman, right there, I want to buy it. No. A lot of people looked at it and was like, oh, this game looks interesting. Some of the combat looks interesting. The world itself looks amazing. There's a lot of detail. I want to see what this world is about. What's going on? What's with these creatures? That's what a lot of people were thinking about. They weren't talking about the, how, slender the female protagonist is. And I also find it funny that recently, in terms of, examples of sexuality or over-sexualizing the character, you have characters showing the animations of the character's movements while in an outfit that is, by the way, in terms of this game, you can change the clothes of the character. So for a lot of the examples of over-sexualization, they removed all of the armor and clothes off this character, recorded it, and posted it on, websites like X or Facebook, being like, oh, this character's so over-sexualized. It's even, and by the way, even going further than that, it's even funnier when you have individuals that come from IGN, which, if I can be perfectly honest, IGN being probably the low standard of reporting in terms of gaming news. Going as far as to try to insult the developers, or at least one of the developers of this game, claiming that they've never seen a real woman. Only for them to be slapped back with the developer claiming that the design for this particular character was mirrored after his wife. Which, by the way, it's interesting that people want to try to claim that, oh, it's not a realistic body shape. It's not a realistic body design. When in reality, body types like that, especially in real life, are obtainable. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. A lot of work that goes into maintaining your body. Like, I myself, you know, you guys, some of you guys, you know, have seen me in videos, and yeah, I'm a little bit chunky. Leave your funny comments in the comment section. I don't care. But regardless of that, there was a point where I needed to, you know, get to a better, I would say, healthy way of living, because in terms of my weight, my health, the way I eat, the way I basically conduct myself in terms of, you know, my habits, certain things were causing health problems for me. So in terms of bettering myself, and this is more, and by the way, the comment I'm about to make is for a lot of people, and I know people are gonna, you know, claim that I'm fat phobic, but in reality, I'm giving advice. If you're having health issues, and if you don't like the way you look, then there's always healthier eating, and for the most part, I'm trying to be delicate, but in reality, exercise, going to the gym. I myself, you know, have started a regimen of, you know, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays working out, lifting weights, whereas Tuesdays and Thursdays, going on the treadmill for like 30-40 minutes and having a steady incline every minute, which so far has been working out. My health has been gradually getting better. I have people commenting about the way I look, and overall, even though at this point I just let it slide off me, people joking about how I look, at this point, it's good to hear that I'm making strides to better myself. But enough about that, because right now we're talking about games. But I feel like that's one of the things that's one of the issues. Which, by the way, it's also funny on Twitter when funny Twitter Xbox X. I don't know why it's called X. That's mini rant over, whatever. It's funny on X2 where somebody made a post kind of making fun of IGN, saying this is what the body type for IGN want. And it's the character for Stellar Blade, Eve, being excessively overweight. Which, by the way, you guys also got to consider too, in terms of like a lot of the stuff that, you know, especially like, you know, fantasy world. In terms of, you know, combat, in terms of moving around, what would seem more realistic, like in a hypothetical, like reality type of situation, what seems more realistic in terms of a person fighting in a world with, you know, monsters or mutants or whatever they are? A woman who is fit and ready for combat, or a person who is overweight and can barely move? That's the question you have to ask yourselves. Again, I know I bet you I'm going to get the comment, "Oh, you're fat phobic." At this point, I'm just giving my opinion. Now, that also brings up another thing too. And if you guys notice the video, the title of my video, "Video games like art," is subjective. Not everything is for you. So, for the past several years, there's been the situation where people have been trying to make video games inclusive, video games for everyone, which by the way, meaning video games have to fit or scratch every check mark so that everyone feels included. I'm sorry, but in certain situations, certain genres, and certain areas, not everyone is going to be included in a certain thing. Not everything is going to be for you. Because, again, like art, like any form of art, by the way, not just paintings, drawings, etc. Video games, music, TV, movies, in terms of everything. Everything that is or has been classified as an art form is subjective and is not for every single person. So, in terms of this whole situation, this whole argument of Stellar Blade or games like Stellar Blade need to be inclusive, that I should say, or at least if I can say, before my voice gets, snuffed out by certain individuals who think that I am, put insult here. Video games and any form of art, as I have to repeat myself, is not equally available for everyone else, or for everyone. Not everybody is going to like a certain video game. Not everybody's going to like a certain piece of art. Not everybody's not going to like a certain piece of music, TV show, movie, book, etc. Because all of those things are subjective. As a form of art, it's subjective and not for everyone. Or as my title says, video games, like art, is subjective. And not everything is for you. So, with that being said, in terms of reporting, I'm going to be, if I could give my own personal opinion about reporting, or at least gaming journalism, it'd be nice if the journalists, instead of acting like activists, focused on what they should be writing about. And that is the quality of the game. Not just the protagonist, not if the protagonist is in their thoughts problematic. Focus on story, gameplay, setting, and characters. Ultimately, they should focus on the value of the game and not how big the breasts are of the character or how skinny they are. So, I don't think I have anything else I need to add in terms of this whole conversation. If you have any thoughts, leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below. As well as, please, check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I will see you guys next video. Oh, by the way, after this video, I will also be premiering the demo for Stellar Blade. So look forward to that. All right. Take care, everybody.